What's the famous line from A Thousand Ways to Die?
Every day we live, we face 1,000 ways to die.
Legendary, I know. Let's take a look at a handful of videos I found showcasing people who nearly lost their lives. For this first video, we will be taking a look at a video I found on the Interesting as Frick subreddit titled "Man Saves 3-Year-Old from Falling to Their Death." This video was absolutely nerve-wracking to watch. All it takes is for the child to have their hand slip and they fall. This guy was an absolute chad for saving that child's life, putting his own on the line, and like this comment says, putting all of his faith in that window. This incident took place back in 2022 in Kazakhstan's capital, Nur-Sultan. The child, a 3-year-old girl, was left alone in the apartment without supervision. The mother of the child went out shopping, leaving the window of the apartment wide open. The child reportedly used couch cushions and toys to reach the height of the window, and what's strange to me is how or why the child decided to get that close to the window. I'm guessing the child got to the window, sat there and probably slipped somehow and grabbing hold of the window ledge to prevent the fall. The 57-year-old guy named Sabat Shontakbayev, I'm sorry if I butchered that, and his friend was walking down below and saw the commotion. He ran into the building and knocked on the door of the apartment below the little girl and proceeded to climb out of the window to save the little girl. The child was living on the 8th floor, meaning the guy was 7 floors above the ground. A fall from that height would most definitely land him or the child a ticket to the grave. I will say, both the man and child were insanely lucky. The fact that the people in the apartment below were home and the window held and didn't break is a legit miracle. Sabat told reporters, "I did not have a safety harness, so my friend held my legs. At that moment, I didn't think about anything. I just wanted to help the child. I didn't even see her parents. Afterwards, I went straight to work with my friend. Nobody knew that this would happen. I just saved the child and left, and in the news and social networks, they suddenly began to call me a hero. I do not consider my actions heroic. To me, everyone should lend a helping hand in such situations." Wow. And then the guy is humble as heck too? What a chad. He was awarded a medal by the city's deputy emergency minister, as well as a 3-bedroom apartment and television. Sabat has been living alone up until that point, sending money home to his family in Kozloda. Sorry again if I butchered that. And now that he has a 3-bedroom apartment, his 4 children can join him. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on the mother of the child if she spoke to reporters, but she needs to step up her game pronto. Parents shouldn't be leaving their children unsupervised with open windows. I'm glad nobody got hurt. While on the topic of falling children, I have another one. which might be even more insane than the previous story. A quick warning before I play the clip though, this one is brutally graphic, so please be warned. Before I give the context, I want to say that yes, the child did survive, even though it might look like they did not. This took place back in January 2025 in Devichchapada, Mumbai. The falling child, a 2-year-old girl, fell from a 13th floor apartment balcony. She was playing on the balcony and by accident fell 13 floors, where Bhavesh Matre, the man who saved the girl, broke her fall. An eyewitness to the incident told reporters that the child slipped on the balcony and hung off of it for a few seconds and then fell. Bhavesh didn't catch her, as you can see in the clip, but she fell against his arms and hands, leading to him breaking her fall and slowing her down, leaving her with minimal injuries. Once again, just like the first story, here we have another humble Chad telling reporters, "I was passing by the building and didn't think twice before moving forward. I was determined to save the child's life. There's no religion greater than courage and humanity." Once again, like the previous story, we hear nothing about the parents. They weren't mentioned anywhere. This guy was an absolute hero for saving the life of that child, and I'm glad nobody lost their lives. For this next video, we will be taking a look at a clip I found on the Instant Regret subreddit titled "Guy in Ireland stabs a police officer and gets a couple of batons to the face."
Así eres tú, porque trabajamos juntos, porque te conozco mucho tiempo, como que un año.
Para. Trae un cuchillo. Haz para atrás. Bate. Kick that!
Oh my word, that's insane. The guy just runs up to the cop and stabs him. You can even see the police officer touch the side of his body and presumably sees himself bleeding. On the 31st of July 2025, a 23-year-old man named Abdullah Khan ran up to a Garda officer in Ireland, Dublin, and started stabbing him in his side. The police arrested him and he was charged with assault and the intent to cause harm, as well as production of a knife capable of causing serious injury. The officer who got stabbed survived and was sent to the hospital where he made a full recovery. I honestly believe that the police officers had full rights to attack the guy. He was clearly out for blood and wanted to hurt the officers. The lady who came up to the police trying to stop the justice should have minded her own business, and I'm glad that the bystander who tackled the criminal to the ground pulled the lady away. She had no business interfering, and I'm glad the police officer who got stabbed survived and made a full recovery. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, then tap the like button and share with others you think might be interested as well. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and subscribe to soothe that fascination.